Hey guys, GameBoy3800 once again, and this is a user-requested video to show off all of my Alienware computers so far. This is my main accomplishment, I guess you could say. This is the Area 51. This used to be a Pentium 4 rig, but I upgraded it and gave it the guts of an Alienware Aurora R2. So it's got an Intel Core i7 overclocked to 4 gigahertz. It's a quad core. It's got an NVIDIA GTX 670 GPU in it, and it maxes it out at 7.9 for graphics. And I wonder why the gadgets are not showing up. Why they do. Anyways, this is a 17-inch, or I believe a 19-inch Dell monitor, 16 by 9. This has 8, what is it? Yep, 8 gigabytes of RAM. And that's pretty much it. The only thing left to do with this rig is to get the new lighting for the alien head because the old ones inside broke. And maybe get a new side door too. I wanted to get a black case, but this was the only one I could find for $35, so, yep. Anyways, on to the next one. Alright, so up next is the lovely little M11X. This is the R2 version. This has a 2.8 gigahertz overclocked Intel Core i7 dual core. It's got 8 gigabytes of memory. A GT335M. I wish there was the one with the 540M, but this is the best I could get for the price. I might as well say what I got this for. I got this unit for $500 in the box and everything. I built the other Big Silver Area 51 for about $700. So $35 plus the internals of the Aurora R2 and other things. Windows installed new updates, I get it. This has a 250 gigabyte hard drive. The Big Silver desktop had two 250 gig hard drives in no RAID format. One's just a game drive, the other is a boot drive. Kind of the thing you would expect. Unlike all the other Alienware laptops, this one doesn't have a lighted up touchpad, which I wish it did. This here's my busted, as you can tell here, M14X. This is the R1. I have a new screen and hinge, well, not a new screen, but I have a new hinge assembly. Here, I just need to install it. I just don't want to destroy the whole thing in the process, so the next video, or some video down the future, will have a repair video of this. But anyways, you can see up here, it's got a Core i7. This is a 3.1 gigahertz max turbo i7, 2670. This one had a U640, and the Big Silver one had a i7 920. Quad core. This has 16 gigabytes of RAM. A GT555M. Why they didn't put a 560 in here, I don't know. Much better. And it's got a 500 gigabyte hard drive. And as you can tell, I have all the alien effects set to green right now. I have the worst camera for night. I have the HTC One, which was supposed to be good in low light, but apparently they lied. Jerks. Alright, coming around up here to my left, there's the mighty MALX, or should I say not so mighty, because it took like 10 boot tries to get it to even come up to the desktop, and now it's finally up. It's got 2 gigabytes of RAM, a single core AMD ML44 at 2.4 gigahertz. It's got dual GTX 7900Ms in here. I don't know why it's calling them NVS 510Ms when they're clearly not. Each of them have 512 megabytes of RAM. Put them in SLI, and you get 1 gigabyte of DDR RAM for video, which is okay for the time, but nowadays sucks. Windows 8. I should probably put Windows Vista on here because it'd probably be better. Alright, coming around here now is the my favorite Alienware laptop. This is the M17XR2. Why do I like this model so much over the others? It's silver. A silver laptop that's made out of aluminum pretty much, and is built like a tank. The touchpad sucks though, so yeah. This has a 2.8 gigahertz overclocked Intel Core i7 quad core, a Q720 or 720QM, whatever. It's got a single GTX 285M with 1 gigabyte of GDDR3 memory. It could have two of them, or it could have two 680s, which is what I plan to do sometime in the future whenever I can. And this has a 128 gigabyte SSD boot drive and a 500 gigabyte 5400 RPM game drive, where I save all the games to it. And then the newest addition to the Alienware family is the Alienware 14. This has a 4th gen Intel Core i7 M40. It's got a 4700 MQ processor. I'm clocking out at 3.4 gigahertz max turbo. It's got 8 gigabytes of DDR3L memory. I want to put 16 gigabytes as soon as possible because it uses like 5 gigabytes on gaming and idle, stuff like that. It's got a GTX 765M, which is about the same performance as a 670. So, really good job there. 2 gigabytes of memory for video. And it's got a single 750 gigabyte hard drive. And now finally, we come to the Area 51, the mothership. This has, well, I really can't show you because right now it's having some issues. Try to open up gadgets, but it won't open, so it's got a, let's just go and open system. I'll close this one for now. The hinge on the M17X is loose. I need to get a new hinge system for it. But as you can tell here, I do apologize for the lines on the screen. It's an old TV. There we go, less lines there, that way. It's got an Intel Core i7 990X at 3.4 gigahertz base speed. I've overclocked it to 5.2 gigahertz stable before, but I think I hurt something doing that, so to make sure the processor is still good for a little bit while. It's got 12 gigabytes of memory. It's got a AMD Radeon HD 7970 gigahertz edition with 3 gigabytes of memory. And this machine is pretty much all I could ever ask a machine to do. Blu-ray drive. The M17X also has a Blu-ray drive. The other computers that have a disk drive, like the M8X and the M14X, have plain DVD drives. And the big silver desktop Area 51 has no disk drives yet. I don't plan on putting any in. I plan on putting a big front fan in, like I had last time. The big silver one used to have a liquid cooler in it, but it was just a very bad setup and didn't really benefit it very much because it was just a web browsing computer, pretty much. So I've swapped it to air cooling. I put the Extreme Edition heatsink coolers on it so that it stays cool overclocked. This, however, I put in a Corsair H100i in it. So it can handle the 5 gigahertz good. Right now I'm going to shut down these computers because it needs to. And I guess that's the end of this video. I'm going to shut this down. Shut down the MLX. I'm going to grease up the hinges for the active venting system on the MLX. Not MLX, Air 51 mothership. Shut down. Alright, you do that. Time to do the same on the M17. I want to get an original M17X, or as it used to be called the M17R1. Alright. I do plan on fixing this hinge right here. Very bad hinge design is just ripped out of the sockets. Why they didn't use screws is beyond me. But yep, these are all shut down and good to go. To Canada. This one I leave on because I always use it now. This one I only really have on when I'm video editing, so yep. The motorized door, I don't think it's plugged in, or it doesn't have it installed, because usually when you press it, it would go up, but it's not, so whatever. Anyways, the next video, remember that IBM trailer? 2 or more things IBM related from that video are coming on the way. Thanks, Game Boy out, see you next time.